Hey guys, my name is Sid. Welcome to another vlog. So today I'm going to be talking about my new car. This car, the Audi Q7. I have been talking about buying a new car for a while, and if you guys know, I was looking for something a little bit more family friendly because we do have a child now and I do have a lot of gear to carry around. So the 6 Series just wasn't working. This is going to be Mamta's car, by the way. I'm still keeping the 6 Series, but I absolutely love the Q7, and today I'll tell you a few reasons why I bought this car. So first of all, it is a 7-seater car. You have plenty of space in the back as well. Now I did do a review about the Q7. It was one of my first few videos. You should go check it out. I highly praised the car then as well. But now that I've lived with it for a couple of months, I love it even more. One of the few things that I really love about this car is this amazing panoramic sunroof. It is absolutely huge. I don't know if it's coming across on camera or not, but when you're sitting in the back seat, it feels so nice and open and airy. I really love the interiors of this car. The interior lighting as well is amazing, especially at night. You have all this LED stuff going on all over the dashboard. It looks absolutely fantastic, and I think it's one of the killer features of this car. In terms of entertainment, I feel like the Audi virtual cockpit is still one of the best in the industry. It's a massive display right behind your driving wheel. There's a secondary display as well for multimedia and things. This car has touch controls for inputs as well. I also love the AC system in this car, which is giving you like diffused air. You don't really feel like the air is blasting on your face, which is nice. Now this particular car that I got is the S-Line model. So it's not a souped up engine, but it does have a few bits of trim and stuff in different places which make it a little bit special. And I decided to change the color of the brake calipers to red because I just love the way that looks, and it just went with the whole S-Line theme of the car. This car is a grey, dark grey color with a brown interior, so I really love that combination. It's got a dark wood finish as well. Now this car is also amazing to drive. It's not the most powerful SUV ever, but it's definitely a bit quicker than say a Nissan Patrol base variant. Not comparable to like say the Bentley Bentayga V8, but it is a very respectable engine. I do not feel it's underpowered at all, and it gives me lots of confidence on the road. Now this car is super silky smooth. When you floor it, you do get a lot of power out of it. That's 120 in like maybe 6 seconds. That's pretty quick for an SUV. It is one of the smoothest cars I've ever driven. I said that in my original review as well, and it still stands true. I've tried some of the best. I would say only maybe a Lexus or a Toyota Land Cruiser can come close to this in terms of, you know, just pure smoothness on the road. But then again, you compromise a lot in a Land Cruiser in terms of handling, whereas this car still has some handling. Like, it's obviously not as good as a 6 Series, or it's definitely not as good as the Bentley Bentayga, but much better than the Rolls-Royce Cullinan. I think it's a good compromise between luxury and comfort. I mean, this is one of the most comfortable cars. One of the things I love about having a 4-wheel drive is I can go practically anywhere, and many of the times when I'm vlogging and stuff, that is the situation. I do have to go out to these weird locations where I don't know if there's going to be a proper road, and there have been so many times where I've gone someplace and then cancelled my idea to do the video because my car couldn't get there. The 6 Series, it's low. I don't want to risk anything with that car. Whereas this car, I can just throw it anywhere. I did go off-roading a little bit when I was shooting for the Bentley Bentayga video. If you see in the backgrounds of some of the behind the scenes of that video, this car was there with me. And it just proved to be so amazing. All our gear fit in the back. There's plenty of space for 5 people to sit, and in a pinch you could squeeze in 7 people over here decently. I mean, the back seats are a little bit small. Another thing I love about this car is the air suspension. So when you do put this car into sports mode, it will lower down to give you a better center of gravity for the car, so you don't feel like you're too floaty on the turns. And when you do want to go into comfort, it'll raise up that height and it'll be super comfortable. You actually massively feel the difference when you have that air suspension, and it gives you some other quality of life things, like you can lower the boot to, like, for example, put something in the car. You don't have to lift it as high, so the air suspension will lower the backside of the car so you can easily put stuff in. And I love having the air suspension, it's a killer feature. Now this particular car, because it has the S-Line trim on it, got the top of the line headlights, which are called the Matrix LEDs. And I think the Matrix LED lights makes a world of a difference to the way this car looks compared to the non-LED version, which I reviewed previously. I think the car looks so much more aggressive, so much more upscale. I think if you're going for the Q7, definitely get the Matrix LED lights. If not for the better visibility that you get with them, then definitely for the looks. I think they just look so much nicer and make this car look a lot more premium. Now this car has tons and tons of features in the navigation system and in the multimedia system. I haven't even had a chance to explore all of them. It's more than you'd ever need. This particular car doesn't have CarPlay, and I did try to get it installed, and unfortunately, since this is a 2016 model, they didn't support CarPlay at the time. If you get a newer one, it will do CarPlay, which kind of sucks, man. I wish this car had CarPlay. I think it's the only thing that this car is lacking. But you can put your data SIM card inside this car. It's going to allow you to use Google Maps over the cellular connection, which is really cool because you get the whole Google Maps experience, and that's the main thing I like about CarPlay. Of course, it connects to your phone via Bluetooth for the audio system and all that. So the main reason I really like CarPlay is for the maps, and this car has pretty amazing maps inbuilt with Google Maps. And now, even after having the car for a couple of months, I do get a little confused with this infotainment system sometimes. There's just too many buttons. There's a back button, there's a forward button, there's a left-right button, there's an OK button, but the OK button doesn't always do the same thing. Sometimes you have to hit the back button, sometimes you have to hit the OK button. I wish they had simplified all this a little bit. I think they have in the newer versions of Audi's MMI system, but in this particular car, I mean, there's just so many buttons on the steering wheel. It does get a little confusing at times, but there's also a lot of flexibility in this multimedia system. The virtual cockpit allows a lot of flexibility. You can make your dials big, small, have a huge map, have all your multimedia right here. So I guess in order to facilitate all that, they did have to build this pretty robust menu navigation system. It's not really a complaint, but it is a little bit complicated for me. So to explain it to somebody who's not very familiar with cars, I think would be a little bit difficult. Now I love the small touches that they have in this car. Like when you touch the AC system, you'll sense that you're touching it and not pressing it. So it's got like a capacitive feel to it. So it just looks nice. It's just one of those, so cool that it can do this kind of thing. It doesn't really have any practical purpose. Now this car can auto park itself, so I have tried it once or twice, but honestly I just prefer parking the car myself. It's a bit more time consuming to park the car automatically than it is to just reverse. But I guess if you're not a very good driver, you could use that feature. I know most of the luxury car manufacturers have it, but really, like, how many of you guys actually use that thing? Let me know in the comments if you use the park assist feature all the time. Now on the other hand, the camera system on this car is amazing. It gives you a 360 view of the whole car. So when you're reversing into your parking slot, or if you are taking your car out of a tight spot, you're gonna get a really good view of the whole car from the top. I think it should be standard in all vehicles in the future because it really does help with the safety of the car. Just changed lanes over there, and the lights over here went off, so it does have that blind spot monitoring tool as well. I do feel like it's a little bit oversensitive. The car might be a little bit far behind. Because it's oversensitive, you tend to ignore it, but I guess it'd rather be oversensitive than undersensitive. One of the most fun things about this car is the way that it looks inside at night. It looks phenomenal. I love the way that the LEDs are like continuously throughout the car. You can change the colors up as well of them. I love the blue color on this. It just looks so good and gives you such a premium feeling when you're sitting in this car at night. It really makes all the different elements of the interior stand out, the way that it's curved and the way that, you know, they've put all this detail into the interior. it really makes that stand out and emphasizes on those things. So I just love the way that the interior of this car has been made, and the fit and the finish and the quality of every single thing that you touch. Audi is a champion at these things. I have the BMW as well. It's good. It's really, really good. And that's one of the more premium cars. But I do feel like this Audi, this Q7, is a slight step, one step above in terms of like build quality. I mean, the 6 Series is a slightly older car than this model. This one was revised in 2016. But just the way that the leather feels, the way that the wood feels, the brush aluminium, a few things in this just make it feel that slightly more premium. Now, I haven't sat in a brand new X5. I might be wrong. That might be just as good or nicer. But from my personal experience, I've driven the new Audis, I've driven the new BMWs and stuff. I feel Audi just has a little bit more sophisticated a feel, a little bit better build quality. Anyway guys, that's it for my review of the Audi Q7. Absolutely love this car. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I know it wasn't one of my usual videos in terms of cars. Like, I usually like to up my production value. It's been hard to manage to do something like that. But if you guys like this video, hit that like button, leave me a comment, subscribe to watch more videos like this, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.